Hey class, my name is Amanda Polly. I will be your instructor for MUS 110 summer session at Nash Community College. Just wanted to share a brief word about myself. My husband and I moved from Rocky Mount almost 3 years ago, where we lived for 5 years. There, I taught in the classroom at Nash, and when I moved away, I was asked to write this course for online and have been teaching it ever since. And so I live in the western part of North Carolina, so I'm not on campus. I do not have a campus office, but you can reach me with my Rocky Mount number without any cost to you at any time. And so please feel free to text me or call me if you just can't figure something out, or always email me. And so I just wanted to go through some things. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. Our classes begin on May 23rd, and your assignments always are going to begin on Wednesday and due the following Tuesday by midnight. Just wanted to make sure that you knew that. I do expect all of each week's assignments to be turned in by that deadline, and if you have an emergency that comes up, then just let me know so that I can work with you. Okay, some things that I expect just as a part of this class. I expect you to check your email regularly, daily if possible, because sometimes there are things that come up that I need to share with you, especially toward the beginning of the semester, and when I'm posting grades or when something might come up that you need to be informed of. So a lot of times I will receive emails from students that I've already sent that information in an email, or I have that on Moodle for you. And so just make sure that you're checking Moodle, checking email. And then I just want to also tell you that all of your assignments for this course will be submitted on Connect, which is the McGraw-Hill resource for this course. And here is the book that it should look like once you open Connect. You'll see it. It's McGraw-Hill down here, and you don't actually have to have this book because it's in a smart book form online, and you have full access to that at any time. And so I expect you to put all of your assignments, complete them all on Connect. You go through Moodle to get to Connect so that everything's paired properly, but you do not have to submit, I will say that again, you do not have to submit any assignments on Moodle. Your grades are taken from Connect weekly after the due date, and I sync all of those grades to your Moodle grade book. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Basically, you need to set aside about 3 hours a week for your work just to make sure that all of it gets done. This is a 3-hour course. So if you were taking it in the classroom, you would sit in a classroom 3 hours plus have homework. And so please set aside 3 hours a week so that you can finish all of your coursework and so you don't feel overwhelmed. Okay, I'm going to switch over to a screen where it'll take you, I'm going to take you to our Moodle page. It should say MUS 110 OL 01G Music Appreciation. The first thing that you're going to see is my picture. Hopefully you will see that. It's an old picture and it's too hard to change, so I'm not changing it. You'll see my information over here to the left and my phone number. Please put that on your phone. Feel free to call me at any time or text me, and make sure that you know how to reach me. I have some online office hours, even though I check email all day long, every day usually. I will try to keep some regular office hours this summer. Some weeks will be different because I might be out of town, but Monday, Tuesday, Thursday from 9 to 11. I am going to try to use this announcement forum on a regular basis, just to remind you about tests and that I sent emails or whatever. And so then there's also a news forum. You can check out what's in that without having to start your EVA or anything like that. And then I have week 1's forum. I'm going to leave it up here at the top. Hopefully everyone will see this one. It's called, I just have some quick questions and I would like for you to respond to a communication preference. Basically, that's just letting me know how you would prefer to be contacted. I'm going to take a consensus for the class and do whoever responds to this question. That's what I'm going to do. And so I'm going to try that and see if there's some particular things that I can help with this course in communicating a little bit better. Here is your syllabus with your course outline. And so you can go ahead and access that. I'm going to go ahead and let you do that since I'm going to have to enroll. You can find all the course outline. Please familiarize yourself with what is in there. You will see the course outline listed in there. And so you're welcome to download all that and print that. This is the first thing that you will have already done. Once you see this video, I know you've already completed the enrollment verification activity. Make sure that you complete and upload your online orientation certificate here. I'm going to scoot on down to week 1 where it says start here. None of this is available to you until your EVA is completed and your certificate is uploaded. Every week you're going to have a checklist. This is week 1 checklist. This is an overview of everything that I expect for you to do. And then underneath that, I go into details about those assignments. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So everything that's listed here is also listed below. Okay, so your first thing on your first part of your checklist this week is to complete your EVA, to watch this video, to read your syllabus and mark your calendar with due dates for this term. Then the next thing at number 4, I'm going to go back up to the top. It says follow the McGraw-Hill campus link to register with your account. So basically that's up here. So connect on that. It's going to open in a new window. And you should see something that looks like this, a picture of the same book I just held up. You must go to this link below. Okay? So click on that link below, and then it's going to come up with a screen that's going to ask you for some information. Oops, I'm probably already plugged in. Let me sign out. Back out of that one more time. Hopefully this is not going to do this for me. I did it anyway. Okay, so basically what you're going to find when you click on this button, it's going to ask you for an email address, and please use your NASH email so that everything is paired properly. Basically, if you're enrolled in this course at NASH, that McGraw-Hill already has your information and they're just waiting for you to access this link. Okay, so please use your NASH email, your student email. That way the pairing is very clean. When I go to sync grades between Moodle and McGraw-Hill, that way everything will be done in a way that is just a lot easier for everything to transfer. Okay, so I'm going to back out of that here in just a minute. We'll go back to that. All right, so you have followed that. You should be linked up really nice and good for McGraw-Hill. Then you're going to access the website provided I will always refer to this as your Connect link. And so basically your Connect gives you your textbook, all of your Learn Smart activities, all of your tests, homework, and listening, and any quizzes that I might happen to give. I don't think I have quizzes this summer because we don't have time for quizzes. So then you're going to complete your week 1 Learn Smart activities. So basically number 6 is completely explained down below. Remember, all of your assignments for this course are found through this link, this one right here for McGraw-Hill. Once you've registered, you can use this throughout the week. Make sure you complete your registration before entering this website, or it won't make any sense. This is an all-inclusive course, meaning all of your materials are included, and you don't have to buy any book. You're welcome to buy a book that is an actual paper copy, but it's not required. So please do not buy that. If an ebook is fine, that's all you need. If you happen to borrow a book from someone, make sure that it's the 9th edition and it has the black cover with violins on the top. So basically, this is going to be a list of the things you need to do for week 1 in Connect. First, you're going to read in your Smart Book pages 1 through 40. We're going to go through that in just a moment. Then I'm asking you to complete some Learn Smart activities. I'm going to show you how to go through that step by step. And then I'm going to ask you to do some listening assignments and answer the questions. Make sure that after you do those questions that you click on the Submit button. I'm not going to have that Submit button to show you because I don't have that same view that you do. But if it doesn't give you credit, then chances are you're not completing it by clicking on the Submit button. All of these assignments are due by next Tuesday night. And if you need an extension, please contact me as soon as possible. You need prior permission to turn in all of that. You will earn 200 points for this coming week of assignments. So let me go back up to the checklist and then we're going to go on over to Connect. So after you have done all of that, I'm asking you to complete an Edpuzzle registration. Some of you may have used Edpuzzle in the past for other classes. I've created an Edpuzzle classroom for this class, so make sure that you use this link, and if it prompts you for a code for this class, please use this code, SAPMATI. Make sure that you use the red Google box where it says log in through your Google email, because your Nash email is considered a Google email. So please use that to get in, and that way you should get in really fast using your Nash email. The next thing on your to-do list is to be in contact with me with any problems or questions. And then what I already said before, contribute to the forum question up above, the communication preferences, just so I know kind of what your preferences are. And so then that will be all that's open to you. Next week we'll go into week 2. Week 1 will always be available to you, but week 2's information isn't open until week 2. You cannot work ahead in this course, and just make sure you get everything done in week 1 and then you're done. There is nothing that you need to click on. This is just for you to click if you want to keep up with the fact that you've finished everything. It's not for me, it's just for you. Okay, so I'm going to scoot on over to the McGraw-Hill Connect website because it's pretty neat. And you will, if you haven't worked with McGraw-Hill before, then this will be new to you. This is my view, so I'm going to go on over into your view. It will log in. Make sure that you have a reliable Wi-Fi network, especially when you're doing tests. If you happen to get kicked off on a test, please let me know, and I can reset the attempt for you. All right. So basically, here we are, week 1. You have a menu over here that will let you see, some things, but we're going to close that for now. Okay, so here is information about a loose leaf edition of your book. It's not necessary. Here is the Smart link, the Smart book, and Learn Smart portion of your book. If you just want to read, you can access your ebook through this. Okay? So let's go in here for just a moment. It's going to open your Smart book. No, it's going to open your ebook. There is a difference. I'm going to show you the difference in a moment. This is just the textbook. Your arrow buttons here at the top helps you maneuver around in the book. I think that's the only way you can. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the first section. Hopefully I'll get back there. Sound, pitch, dynamics, sound, pitch, dynamics, and tone color. This is page 4 through page, come on now. I think it's only just a few little pages here. Through page 8. You have to read to page 40 this week. And so everything that's required for your reading is available on the main page that we got into this with. I'll go back to there and show you in just a minute. So you're going to start reading about sound. Then anytime that you get to one of these blue highlighted things, please click on them, especially if you're not a musician. This is basically going to walk you through some fundamental things about the elements. It gives you the definition. It gives you an example of pitch. You're welcome to use. Okay, so gives you an example, and it also gives you a visual thing to look at. That's an example. Then if you want to, it's totally up to you, you can go into and practice by singing it yourself if you want to. You can choose a treble pitch, which would be for high voices for our ladies in the class, and for our guys in the class you would use the lower pitches. Some of them you wouldn't be able to hit at all because it might not be in your range. So this is a great resource for you that this book, this new edition has. These are all throughout. You can go through, learn more about tone quality, and actually hear examples of what all of these things mean. What does an interval sound like? It's easy to read about it, but what does it sound like? If we were in class, I would do this for you in the classroom on a piano, but they do this for you. And then also, I forgot to show you this. Here is a 4.5 or 3 usually minute video of an actual instructor talking about the terms covered in this section. Please watch those if you have time.
Everyday world, such as traffic, machinery, wind, or even a running faucet, are comprised of multiple sound vibrations.
So he's going to go through and discuss what it is we're studying right here. And then they're actually going to go through and give you examples.
As pitch descends, further, a melody will express itself differently when played in a different pitch.
Okay, so that's a really cool resource for you as well. You'll find those for every section. Oops. What's going on in here? Going back to the Smart Book one more time. Not Smart Book, ebook. Okay, now that we've kind of talked about that, I'm going to go back up in here to your week 1. Come on, I don't know why that cursor's not working. Week 1. Here are your week 1 assignments. And if you see here, you'll see here, we were just in this one right here, chapter 1. We want to do the Smart Book Learn Smart activity that goes along with the reading. So to do that, we're going to go on into this. Hopefully I can get into it and start it. Might be on the other side. I'll move me over. Okay, begin. So you'll click on the blue arrow and you will begin. This is after you've already read. This is part of your homework. It will open up something called the Smart Book. This is really important, and it's about 25% of your grade. Okay, so it's loading the Smart Book. And once this opens, sometimes it takes a little while. I don't know why this isn't very visible. Okay, it's finally loading. I don't know why it takes it so long. All right, here's the hardest thing about this. You are in the mode where you can read about this. Hopefully I can get this to work for me. You can read about part 1, elements. Some of this stuff is not highlighted, so it's hard to read it. Then here's how you get to your Learn Smart assignment. Go to the practice button. Click on the practice button down here at the bottom. Now it's going to ask you questions about your reading. If you know the answer, then go ahead and answer it and say, I know it. If you know it and you're not sure, you think it's right, go ahead and push the blue button. If you want to go ahead and answer it and you're unsure, or if you just have no idea, you can also read about this particular thing. And so once you get, so let's see, let me answer the question. Which of the following statements about pitch are true? In general, string instruments are longer strings that can play a lower pitch sound than instruments with shorter strings. Increasing how fast something vibrates creates a lower sounding pitch. Pitch is related to how fast something vibrates. Pitch is a measure of how loud a sound is. Okay, so I'm going to go out on a limb here because I haven't read this recently to know exactly what the book tells you, but I'm pretty sure that pitch is related to how fast something vibrates. So I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, I think so. And my answer is almost correct. All right, so in general, this is also true, but they're wanting you to say this for instruments. Okay, so what that's going to do, once you push OK, it's not going to give you any credit for a question that you missed. Okay, because in this particular homework assignment, you have 10 items left. You only had 10 to begin with. So because I missed it, I haven't learned smart enough. Okay, so it's going to continue asking you questions until you get the questions right. And I hope that makes sense. Okay, so once you get to 10 items left and this bar is full, then you're done with that assignment. This might seem tedious and time-consuming in the beginning, but you get used to it. We have 78 of those type assignments in a very, very short period of time. Okay, so I'm going to go back to your student view. Sorry for the wait. Okay. So open up week 1. Week 1 should be all that you get to see. So here are your Smart Book assignments, the one I was just in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And they cover, you see what they cover: sound, performing media, rhythm, music notation, and melody. Then you have some actual homework and listening assignments. You will go into this homework assignment here, and my screen is so small. Hopefully you're working on a bigger screen. You're going to go into this assignment, and this also corresponds with your reading. And I'm going to start this assignment, and it's going to come up with a section for me to listen to this. You will push play, and you need to listen to 100% of this piece so that you get credit. Make sure that you do not stop it until it's reached 100%. While you're watching and listening, there is information down here below about what you're hearing. Make sure you're paying attention so you know what you're listening to. Okay, so once that is done, then you can also read about that piece if you like. I'm going to go ahead and move on over here. You don't want to do this. Okay, and then I'm going to go on to the questions. Where are they? Okay. I don't know where those questions are. I have to look into that. All right, so once you've listened, then it will ask you some questions about what you heard. So play this example of the video. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause that for time's sake. Go ahead and listen to all that just in case you need to. In this section, which instrument family performs after the strings? Well, you need to know the answer to that based on what you were listening to the first time. I'm going to tell you that the answer is brass. You can check your work. Okay. So you got 5 points. I got 5 points for answering that. They've reformatted this since this last semester, so I'm not sure how to get to the next. Okay, return to question. See if I can find the next question. Oh, it's down here at the bottom, sorry. Next question. It's different than it used to be. Okay, what instrument punctuates this selection with dramatic accents? So we're going to listen to this again. What instrument punctuates this selection with dramatic accents? Well, obviously you're going to have to know what instruments sound like before you answer this question. So my advice to you is not to get to this listening before you finish the reading. It will explain what things sound like. You'll be able to listen to all of the instruments. So make sure you don't jump ahead. And then, so I'm just going to tell you that it is timpani. Okay. So check my work. All right. And then I'm going to go up here, super important, submit my work. Submit for scoring. And if it says you're done, then you can view your results. Right here you see I got 10 out of 10 total points awarded. And then you can exit and return back to the next homework assignment. If you're watching this video, I just gave you 10 points. And so that's true for this one and true for this one. Some of these are longer than others, so make sure that you give yourself time to listen. I know this video is running long. There's just a lot to talk about. Let me tell you one more thing. You have unlimited attempts at your Learn Smart activities. You can read as many times as you want to in your ebook. You can listen and respond to the questions for all of your homework listening as many times as you want. Those are recorded every time you do them, as long as you've submitted it. And so I will take your best attempt before the due date or by the due date. And the only thing that you have limited attempts on will be your tests. Okay? And so if you want to get a perfect score on your homework and Learn Smart, just keep working on it until you get everything correct. As long as that's done by the due date, then you're going to get full points. Now, the other thing I need to tell you is that your Learn Smart points, if you submit them after the due date, they will be entered into the gradebook as a 0. There's no point in doing the Learn Smart activity unless you've done it before your test. And so make sure that you've completed all of that before you're quizzed on it, because it doesn't do you any good. You haven't learned the material at the time you're being tested on it. So I think that's about all that I need to cover for today. I'm sure that I've left out something. Oh, I need to go into the Edpuzzle registration. Make sure that you know what that looks like, and then we're done. I'm going to warn you, this class has a lot of work. The work is going to be faster because it's the summer term. Okay, this is what I was talking about earlier. Go into, when it comes up with that link, go into your Google account. And if you don't have one in there yet, then put one in there. And then you should be able to log in just that way. If it asks you for a code for the class, then make sure that you're using the one I provided on Connect. And I think that's it. I know it sounds a little confusing right now, but please let me know if you have any questions at all. And I'm sure that you will. I answer email as soon as I can get to it. Sometimes I'm late getting things answered. If you're in an emergency situation, you need to talk to me immediately, please call me or text me, and I'll get that a little faster. Okay, good luck this summer, and thanks for all of you that have already responded to my original email about letting me know a little bit about you. And I hope you're ready for all the work ahead. I'm hoping to make it as painless as possible, but there's some things you just can't, you're just going to have to do. So it's hard work, but you will definitely learn something this semester. Thanks again.